be a big scream and a shout, but I feel like it's a bit...
Yeah, there ain't one. Right, it's Sunday, today, the 27th, if you're watching it today. We have not got it in us to edit an episode from Tramlines yesterday.
No.
Nor have we even got the words to describe it. Honestly, to every single person that came out to that gig last night and made it what it was for us, thank you so much. It was just
insane, wasn't it? It was absolutely insane from start to finish.
We were just having a little walk down Bike Canal and just drinking a little Costa.
I'll be honest with you, right? It's. I'll not say what we've been talking about, but we've come off that stage, and this is how Jonny's mind's work. We've come off that stage, and he's now pitching ideas already for the next thing. Going right. So I've had this idea last night, and I went. I mean, it was like 2, 3 a.m. when we got in last night. Well, I sat in my bed last night, and I thought about this idea. What do you think? And I'm like, you don't have a day off, you do.
Kerry's just said that. I literally just went to her this morning. I just opened my eyes and I went, right. I'm thinking for that, and she went, no, have a fucking day off. So
I like it though, mate.
So we're having kind of having a day off, and we're not going to do too much of this. So sorry, obviously, that this is not a full episode. But Lee's been filming all week, and we've been backstage doing the pre-production, all the stuff with the horse when we're building that. He's got loads of footage, I think. Well, he says he has.
It's going to be choppy.
But he's also lost the camera, so we're using another camera. So he thinks that he left it on the desk at Tramlines. So we're going to find out if we have got that.
It's definitely there.
But yeah, what else did we do this week? Oh, we went Truck Fest as well. So loads of different things that we've done this week. A lot of behind the scenes stuff.
It'll be choppy because this week, obviously, it's just been jump in there, do that, get back to work on Tramlines. Jump in there, do that quick, get back to Tramlines. So it'll be choppy, but there'll definitely be some more content. But today, I think the content is me and you walking with a coffee and just reflect a little bit. I think
we've usually got a lot more energy than this. You definitely have. Today we have not.
It's a calm day today, isn't it?
But how amazing were Tramlines yesterday,
mate! It was insane. Do you know what? I've laid on the sofa. I've just moved around the house, laying in different spots today, and I must have watched the opening 50 times. Obviously, we've seen it and rehearsed it, but every time we're on it, there's backs to the production, so we can't really see anything. And today, like the red grenades that went off at top and stuff, we didn't see that. All the fireworks. I've got my ears in, so I didn't hear the fireworks go off. So the last thing I heard was no fireworks because Tramlines neighbours aren't happy about it.
Well, that's the thing. You're not allowed fireworks at Tramlines, but we found. Well, shout out to Connor and Matt, by the way, on the production of this. They have absolutely smashed it for us. We weren't allowed fireworks, but we managed to get close proximity.
Can I explain the technicality? So the technicality were you weren't allowed fireworks over 20 feet or something. So if you put them on stage, they can't go above the stage height. So then what they did was mounted them on top of the stage to give you 25 feet above the stage, which then made it, for everybody watching, a firework, but technicality were no higher than 25 feet, which were brilliant.
There we go. There were a lot of loopholes that we had a lot of pushing back that we had to do, but honestly, shout out to Matt and Connor for just literally making the vision come to life and making it all possible. They were amazing. Right. Someone driving past that canal. They went above and beyond, and there were so many different things there that, like I said, that people said we won't be able to do, but we just did. And also, worth mentioning as well, you know, these guys.
There's a car coming.
There's a car.
All right. We're not going to cut this because you said there were going to be no cuts.
Yeah,
so
we can't cut.
Sorry, I know I'm
It's
driving.
alright.
I'm looking for the hotel, is it?
Yeah, it's literally through this gate. So if you go back down there, turn right and come back down road, you can pull back into the car park.
Right, alright,
So,
cheers,
just
Doc.
look down there,
Thank
all right.
you.
No worries. All right, so we had to stop for a second there because someone got lost, and they got very lost because they were driving down the fucking path.
How do you get off at road and end up on canal and go, is there a hotel nearby?
Anyway, as I was saying, Connor and Matt absolutely smashed it for us, and the whole team, everybody. Like we've said it time and time again, but these people, I don't want to be disrespectful when I say they're not professional, but they are clearly professional. The same thing as us. We've just headlined Tramlines, but we all started together and we've all built this together. These are family, friends, people that have just pulled in, you know. Shout out to all those people working as sound, all the actors that got involved, all the people doing help with just everything that made that day run like it were. A security team that made sure that no disrespect to the local security team, but our security team were there to make sure like there was show stop, and they were straight in there. They were making it work. They were instructed not to let people get kicked out just for having a good time, and just put them back in nicely and treat everyone with respect. And it was such a respectful, calm, but fucking absolute chaos, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? It just worked. It was exactly what.
Do you know what? Organised chaos is what it were, weren't it? Absolute organised chaos. Someone went down in crowd. Obviously, there's that many people. We struggle to see it. You've got lights shining in your face, but as soon as like there are maybe 50, 80 people with their arms up in air, like you kind of have to respect that space. And there's something going wrong. Do you know? I wouldn't like to think that, you know, a member of my family were in there and got hurt and stuff like that. So yeah, show stopped straight out. I think we called it before the stage production manager called it, because there's somebody that can tell us to stop. So we called it and they got out safe. There's no online, so I assume that they're all right, which is great.
Young lad just flagged me down. Can I get on stage and play? I mean,
perfect.
I felt bad though, because literally, obviously, in my ears, I had everyone talking to me, explaining what were happening. So I kind of just went, make some noise, and then I like walked off. And I never said bye to him. So, mate, if you're watching, absolutely smash that, pal. Someone will have some footage of it. Get it tagged in there.
This morning on TikTok.
Have you seen it?
It's a shame we couldn't all join in, but obviously everyone would start dancing, and then that kind of would get everybody riled back up. But yeah, brilliant. So the show stop happened. I think everybody in the crowd had a reset. We got a little reset. I think I might have smoked a cigarette backstage. Everyone looked a bit weird. But yeah, and then as soon as we went back on, everybody were absolutely raging to get back to it.
What were your favourite part of the day, or like favourite moment?
It's weird because for me, they weren't like we normally have build-ups. So you're normally backstage, the other bands you can stick your head round, and at Clifton Park we were literally side stage all day watching Jamie Webster and Lucy Spraggan, and just to name a few. But on this day we were like over in the club, weren't we, in the ground in boxes, so we were kind of detached from the day until we went on stage. So it was kind of hard to ramp up, but as soon as we stepped out on that stage, mate, it was fucking insane. I've never felt out like it. Clifton Park was insane, but I feel like Clifton Park was something different. Do you know what I mean? I said yesterday we were involved in the mechanics and building it, and Rich was running out, and we were all dead hands-on, and we're not happy about that, change it. Whereas Tramlines were kind of our show and then their team, and it was kind of semi-detached. But honestly, it felt Clifton Park solidified who we are and what our community is about. And then what we did, we got our entire community and went, all right, let's invade somebody else's festival.
Yeah, do you know what?
We invaded somewhere else.
You've got that, you've hit the nail on the head there. I said to my mum this morning, because she was like, how did you feel? Well, obviously you were there. Hello, Mum. And she said, how did it match up against Clifton Park for you? And I was like, do you know what? It felt not better, but it was just something different. Like you just said, Clifton Park was our show. The arena was our show. This was the next step, probably the biggest thing we could do now in South Yorkshire. But it wasn't ours, and it was, I'm not going to say that it weren't real before, because it was very real, but it was like putting us into someone that it was an invasion. And it could have gone any other way. It could have just not been how we wanted it to be, but it were, and it were like, do you know, like we just put the copy, it weren't about anything else. We weren't there to do anything other than just celebrate a triumphant moment, and just hopefully inspire people to think, do you know what, fucking hell, what a journey from being at the bottom of the poster on the Fringe to headline the festival. Unreal, mate. Insane, absolutely mate. Unreal. It's absolutely insane. And I think in terms of actually standing on that stage, I mean, I got really emotional last night, especially in Shoebox. But it was just breathtaking. I'd love to just reset and do it again tonight.
I've got a slight worry, and I don't know if it's a worry you're going to want to post online or not. But obviously things are going to move in a direction where this is going to start to happen more frequently. We're going to get these headline slots, and we're going to
confident.
Yeah, well, they are. Like, I think other festivals are going to look at that, and it's not even if that was somebody else's show, if it was Freddie's show or anybody else's show, and I'd have watched it, I'd have gone, fuck me, that's a lot. Do you know what I mean? That's a lot to bring in from a band that's not carrying a team of 500 on 50 sleeper buses. Do you know what I mean? That was a lot for our team of, let's say the core team was no less than 20 people. That were a lot to happen. But then next year, if we're like, oh, we want you to headline this or headline that, are you not worried that that's a lot to put on? So say we've got, I don't know, say we get offered 4 headline festivals next year. That's a fucking lot of big shows. Because for me now, the bar's never going to go any lower than that. The bar's been set. We can't go on now and just go, all right, we brought us gear, come on, Joe, play a little silly song. It can't. It's always got to be now at that level. But again, I'm saying that, but every time we've gone out and every time we've done a show, I've gone, can't get bigger than Clifton Park, and then we fucking turn up in a Trojan horse.
I mean, speaking of horse, there's an horse over there, look. Just walking that side of the canal. We know what's next. We know what we're doing. We don't need to fuck about. But, I don't know. Tramlines 2025 is always going to go down for me as one of the most, just a career highlight. Because of the vulnerability of us being on that stage, not knowing who was in the audience.
Yeah.
And all I was hearing all day from people is like, we were doing interviews and stuff, there's literally, you can't move for rating shirts, it's just rating shirts everywhere. It could have been a total different story. Do you know what I mean? We're up against some of the greats this weekend, headlining the other nights. I feel like we held us own, mate. Do you know what I mean? We went out there, we weren't trying to beat anyone, we weren't trying to be the best, we were just trying to have a fucking good time, and to everybody that spent their ticket money coming to see us, specifically, put on the best show ever. Yeah. That's best show ever, or best show, putting on the best show we could do for him.
Yeah, and I watched Pulp's set the night before, and I thought, to be fair, fucking brilliant. I'm a big fan of Pulp. Jarvis, fucking great front man. But then when you put our shows side by side, I'd go, yeah, that's exactly where you belong. I don't feel like it was any less so, do you know what I mean? And like I say, we weren't out to compete or like that, that's not what it's about. But for us, it were about proving that we belong in that top spot. And I think what we've done is we've gone out, and even the people that may have doubted it have gone, do you know what? Fair fucking play ratings, fair play.
I don't feel like it has sunk in yet. My favourite thing for me though, that fucking horse. All I was thinking about all day, everyone's saying, are you nervous? I'm like, yeah, but not for us. I was nervous for that horse going right, because obviously, shout out to all the litter pickers as well in the morning who were there filming sound check and stuff, because obviously, if you volunteer for the festivals, you get to come and do some litter picking in the morning, do a bit of work, and then in the afternoon, you're watching a gig for free. Yeah. So there were loads of Ratons fans that were there litter picking. It was the cleanest bit we've ever seen right at front of the stage. Everyone was just there for sound check, filming everything. At that point, we were like, well, we can't do a rehearsal of this horse. We don't know if it's going to work or not. But it was so important to keep it as a surprise, weren't it? So it was just like, right, one take, let's see what can happen. And just stood there, and as it came out, I was like, well, I don't even think I'd explain. I'd explained to you where you needed to go, and you needed to come out. It got to the point, I'm like, fucking hell, where do I go? So I just like snuck under, and I was just sat on the floor at one bit, jumped up, and before I know it, red smoke, we were off.
Has anybody got any ideas? Stick it in comments. What the fuck we should do with an horse now? Because it seems a shame to just throw it away. I think it's a very iconic thing. The Saxo's obviously going somewhere special, which we'll release in a different video. But what the fuck are we going to do with a 30-foot horse now?
Right, try and do this in one take. Camera keeps cutting off. Yeah, the horse. I want the horse to go back to Rotherham. That's where I want it to be. I want it to stay somewhere. So I'm gonna have a word with council tomorrow. See what we can do and get it somewhere good. Because it'd be a shame to lose it. Yeah. But anyway, this episode now is not really an episode. It's just me and Lee having a coffee, walking by a canal for no reason, just to say thank you really for what it were. I wish we had more energy to give you, but we've got nothing left. Guys, you were fucking incredible last night. And for those that missed out, that couldn't get, or that are watching wherever you are in the world, it's just, do you know, someone said, I feel like this is the end of a chapter but the start of another one. Someone put a comment, and that's what it feels like. That's
what it feels like to me. I feel like this conversation right now is the calmest it's going to get, and after this conversation right here, we're going to go home, you're going to order a pizza, I'm going to order a pizza, and then Monday morning the next phase starts.
Honestly, everyone who came out and just flying the flags, wearing the scarves, wearing the shirts, jumping around, singing word for word, you made that a very, very, very special night for us. So I am going to go home. I am going to order a pizza. I have had McDonald's for breakfast, but I have lost weight. And I'm going to put it all back on tonight. And I'm going to sit and just watch more and more videos about what happened.
Yeah, that's going to be me.
I think that's the plan. And then next week we'll be back with a look on what happened with more detail. But guys, for me and Lee and the rest of the lads and Rich, thank you so much for everything. And I know everyone's saying, what's next, what's next? Well, we can tell you tomorrow morning. Whatever will be, will be.
Peace out.